Good evening, everyone. I'm Charles Matheson, and this is After Hours. Take a dip dive. And today I'm going to be making some taqueria style salsa. So, up until only a few years ago, I heard the word taqueria, but I didn't know what it was. Taqueria is just, you probably know, is a taco joint. And I went to Mexico in the summer of 2022, and my whole relationship to salsa and we're going. Let me see. Can you? Yeah, you got me. My whole relationship to salsa changed because that is the place where good salsa comes from. So, welcome again. This is After Hours, and I'm gonna put up a QR code, and this QR code is going to that is for tools. If you want to purchase the tools or the recipe, thank you to the one viewer that's watching me right now. You want to get the tools, you click on that. And if you want to support the stream, you can click on that link and support me with a Coke, a rum and Coke, or even a bottle of champagne. The choice is yours. All right. So we're making taqueria style salsa. So this salsa is very, very simple and it only uses a few ingredients. I'm gonna show you some of the ingredients we're gonna be using. All right, so we're gonna be using arbol peppers. Okay, these are really, really strong peppers. You don't need a lot of them, and they're dried. And I made the mistake once because I really like spice. I put in a lot of these on my salsa, and it was almost like unedible. Okay, we're also going to use some tomatillos. Okay, a tomatillo is basically just a green tomato. We're going to use also some white onion, and white onion is less bitter than the yellow onion. And then, of course, some red tomatoes. We're going to roast all of this because when you roast it, it really brings out the flavor of all the ingredients that you're going to make. All right, cool. All right, so my history with salsa. So while I'm talking, as I usually do, I'm gonna be chopping, and you can follow along and just listen to my speeches. And but first, I gotta share this gadget. Okay, I got this. This is a this makes ice, but it gives you like the balls. Okay, like the balls of ice, and it's not the best because I've been seeing like ice like especially shaped ice is like a thing now. So the way it works, you put this over it, and then you pour the water inside, and then it makes like a sphere. So obviously I've had some. This one is a sorry looking one. This one came out flat, but this one came out okay. So I'm going to use this one for my drink, and the drink I'm going to have is actually a mocktail. Well, kind of a mocktail. It's going to be some ginger ale with some bitters. And if you've been watching my show here, you know that I love bitters. And I'm going to use this with plum bitters. So it's literally, I guess they get like the skin of a plum, and then they add like spices to it and whatnot. And I'm going to add some star anise. Star anise has like a licorice type of flavor. Let me open up the chat. Okay. And it's just a very, very fragrant. I don't know if it's not an herb. I guess it's a spice. Last time I did this on the podcast, I was just like sneezing because the smell is just so strong. Cheers. Hmm, delightful. The plum gives it like a sweet taste, And then the bitters. Actually, this needs a little more bitter because I like it. Just make it bitter. Kind of completes it up, completes the taste. All right, great. All right, so we're gonna start chopping. I'm gonna start with the tomatillos, and tomatillos come with this little membrane, I guess, on the outside of it. So I'm making a small batch. I'm not making a large batch because I'm just making this for myself. And my history with salsa began in the early 2000s. I had this acquaintance from Mexico, and I was eating, believe it or not, Tostitos at the time. Yes, I can't actually believe I actually ate that. But I didn't know any better. So he said, "I'm gonna make you a salsa." He's like, "You're never gonna like make salsa, buy store bought salsa ever again after this." Okay, so what he did, he actually made pico de gallo. Okay, so pico de gallo is tomatoes, cilantro, onion, and you could put in a jalapeno, perhaps, and sometimes people put like shrimp in it, and that's basically it. And when I had it, I just fell in love with it, and then I made it mine. And I made it mine by adding. Now I'm chopping up some red tomatoes. I made it mine by adding Tabasco sauce. And anybody who's known me for a long time knows that I am Mr. Salsa. I adore salsa. So when people come to my house, the first thing they ask me is, "Where's the salsa?" So um, that's how my salsa journey began in the early 2000s with Pico de Gallo, and I've been making it ever since in my own special way. Okay, now there are, I think that one thing that really makes a salsa is the type of peppers that you use. Okay, it really gives it a specific type of character. I'm gonna chop now 2 cloves of garlic. Not much, because all of this is gonna get roasted, and then it's gonna go into a blender and get blended. Okay, this is a white onion. I'm going to cut about a fourth of this. Actually, I'm going to do maybe like a little less than a half, because I really like onions. So yeah. Um, so peppers really make the character of a salsa. So with this salsa I'm making, I told you I'm using these arbol peppers, and you can find them in usually, well, at least in Brooklyn, you can find them in a lot of supermarkets, especially where there's like a Latino community. You can find them, and so, and I buy um, salsa in the can, not the can, but the jar. I'm gonna show you which ones I mean. It's not just anyone. You're gonna see why. Okay, so I'm gonna just get my stove on and to get ready to heat this up. All right, so let me put this on about 1,000 degrees. So I'm going to, let me see if you can see it. You know what? Let's move this and let's put this over here. Move this over. Little portable induction stove. Okay, there we go. All right. So I buy store bought salsa, believe it or not, but I get Mexican style. It's because there is a big, like Tostitos cannot touch Mexican style salsas. I'll show you some. Okay, so one that I get is El Yucateco. Okay, I like hot. I like spice. So this is one of my favorites, and the pepper that it's made with is it's made with habanero peppers. So that's giving it like it's green color. And like if you were to make a salsa with like whatever pepper you put in the salsa, it's gonna take on that character of the pepper. Another one, another brand. So this brand here is called Yucateco. And you can find us all. This is like pretty popular. This one, super super well. In terms of hot sauces, it's not super super hot, but it is fairly hot. I'm kind of like a hot sauce maniac, so like makes my ball head sweat, and when it makes my ball head sweat, that's how I know that it's hot enough. Okay. Um, Great. So the another one that I get brand is La Costeña. Okay, and this one you see has a reddish color, and this one, the peppers that are used in it are the they use jalapeno peppers. They use uh, pasilla peppers. They also use guajillo peppers. Okay, this is really really good. Like I mean, like for store bought, like they nailed it. Okay, I'm gonna add now my uh, vegetables to this. I'm gonna roast these. We got the sizzles going. So another reason why I'm making a smaller batch is because of just the surface area of this induction stove. It can only keep up. It can only hold so much. So if I was making another one, like on my stove behind me, I would have to I have another griddle, so I would just do that. So yeah. So La Castagna brand, they have this style is very very good. They also have a green salsa, and that's also delicious. And I buy it a lot. This is actually something special. I don't actually make this salsa a lot because it takes a bit of time. These have to roast for quite a bit. Okay, so I don't make it that often. So when I do make it, it is special. And this um, recipe is not actually mine. I stole it. But it is great. Like, so if you want to go try it, you click on, let me get that QR code for you so you can do that. Uh, and you click on that and you get the recipe for it. So I usually make recipes like my own, but this one is so simple. There was no need for me to change anything. The only thing I that's a little different that I do is I add salt. The recipe creator, she didn't add salt to it, but I need salt in my recipes. All right. All right. So I went to Mexico City in the summer of 2022. and it really was a taste bud changing experience. And I really got to I really got to find out what real Mexican food is. Here in New York City, we have a neighborhood called Jackson Heights, and that is as close to Mexican and Latin American real native food you'll get here in New York City. So it was on that level. And the exchange rate was just like it was I lived where I was in a really nice neighborhood. It was called Polanco, and there were some taco trucks. There are taco trucks everywhere in Mexico. I mean, everywhere. And I got a taco for the equivalent of was like 50 cents. Okay, and the salsa that they use, and they have so many different types of salsas. It's unbelievable. The one that sticks out in my mind the most was one I got in a park. Forget the name of the park, but the vendor, she made it with cucumbers and onions, and that was by far the best taco salsa I had when I was in Mexico. It was just, I mean, it was literally just this little, it was this little, it was a table. It was literally a table in a park. And this woman, she had her stand and with her sauces, and you could get either chicken or what else did they have? They had vegetable, all types of taco. I mean, like you got to actually see what I'm talking about. They have like spreads out at these taco trucks for your salsa and your guacamole. I mean, you just got to see it. I got to get pictures so I can show you guys next time. It was so simple. It was so simple, and it really was the best I ever made. And then when I came back, I recreated it, and so I'll make that sometimes. It's really, really good. So if you really want to get a taste of salsa, go to Mexico City, um, and you'll see what I mean. All right, so now I'm going to put in the peppers. I'm going to just break them up a little bit, okay? And they have like a little stem. I'm going to take off the stem, and let me move this over a little bit more. All right, I take off the stem. So basically, you want to. Oh, did I have my? Did I put my garlic in there? Yes, I did. You basically want to get the vegetables to be a little mushy. Okay, you want to get the vegetables to be mushy, and when it's mushy, that's how you know that it is ready. So I'm gonna do this for about 90 more seconds, and then I'm gonna blend it all together, and then we're gonna have our taqueria style salsa. Okay. All right. So let's talk food cycles. So when I say food cycle, I mean the foods that I've been eating of note recently that I've been eating for like the last 2 weeks to 2 months. All right, so the first one I've been eating is fennel. And fennel, it kind of looks like a big shallot. A shallot is like an onion. And okay, so we're ready here. I'm ready here, so I'm gonna turn this off. So now I gotta put this in my blender. Okay, so you want to have a really big blender and a really good blender, so that when you blend, um, it really emulsifies all of the vegetables that you're using. Okay, let's use this. Sorry, gonna put that in there. This is the Ninja blender, and this is it's like maybe $150, and it's one of the best I've ever had. Um, it just crushes your food really, really well without any kind of like extra effort. You don't gotta do like press the button, stop, press the button, stop. It just does it wham bam. Thank you, man. Okay. Gotta make sure I get these little pieces of garlic. Okay. Oh yeah. So we're talking food cycle. So I've been eating fennel, and fennel is like it's a root, and it's you can eat it raw, and you can also uh, you can heat it up, and it has like a licorice kind of taste. Now my nose is running. That's how I know that the the peppers are out. All right. Just one moment. Okay. Um, yeah, it has a licorice taste, and it brings like just like a lightness to. Let's say you have like a salad. Let's say like this week I had some baby arugula with some artichokes, and I put some fennel in it with some lemon vinaigrette. Vinaigrette is just a mixture of olive oil and another type of acid. So I use lemon juice. And I've been eating arugula and artichokes, grilled, marinated artichokes for a while now, but I never had it with fennel. Fennel just totally made it like next level. Okay, so let's now zap this baby. So I really wanted to get 100% emulsified. Oh, you can't even, there I am. I want to get it emulsified. All right. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Uh, all right, there we go. Okay. So, all right. Actually, let's bring this back. Okay. Here we go. This is taqueria style salsa, and it's gonna be warm. However, it's typically eaten. You let it cool, but you get to see how it's actually made. Okay, right, there you go. Right. This will maybe last me tonight. Then it'll be all gone. I cannot fresh salsa. I just gotta eat it right away. Just even with my store bought Mexican salsas I told you, like this will last me quite a while, but the fresh one, there's nothing like homemade salsa. It this just you just can't go back. All right, I'm gonna add some salt, and now I'm gonna mix. All right. Mm. Oh wow, this is pretty spicy. Wow. Mm. And I thought I didn't use a lot of spice. Another thing, you want to get really good nachos. I get this one. This is Mexican as well. It's called La Calidad, and these are made. Are these made in Mexico? I don't think so. But I know it's a Mexican brand, and there's nothing like getting authentic food. Just like I say, if you're gonna make any type of food that's not whatever food you're gonna make, you want to do it right. Okay, so cheers, salud. Mm, I actually like it very spicy. This is actually on the level with this with El Yucateco. It's that high. Um, yeah. So fennel. I've also been having some celery root. Celery root is how can I explain it? It kind of looks like a potato, not yeah, like a potato that's like soft. It also has a licorice kind of smell and taste, and I used it for a dish I made for Mopac, and that's something I actually wanted to announce. So Mopac, Meet Other People and Cook. I am scheduling it to launch in March of 2024. And at Mopac, Meet Other People and Cook, what I do is I host events where you can cook and meet other people. The events are hybrid events, so they are online and then they are also on in person. So check out my website, go to Mopac, mopac.online, and you're not able to register, but you can get an idea of what to expect. We will be using cookbooks by famous chefs, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you ever like bought a cookbook or you follow a chef, let's say you follow Gordon Ramsay, Alex Guarnaschelli, Jeffrey Zakarian, we're going to be going, we're going to deep dive into their cooking styles, and hopefully you'll meet some people and have some fun. But thank you for being here tonight at After Hours, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.